Hey guys, welcome back to Marriages Restored in Faith. My name is Ray.
Hi guys, my name is Dora. It is Monday, June 16th, 2025, and we want to thank y'all for joining us and want to also show y'all where our other platforms are at so you can follow us, you can share our content. Also, if you would like to get a hold of us, there is our email information as well. And if you would like to donate, if you would like to help with this ministry, there is that information to do so as well.
Yeah. Well, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. And we are in the triple digits.
Yes.
It
hot.
is over 100 degrees, and tomorrow's supposed to be 105, 106. Yeah, that's some serious temperature. For us, it is. I know some places they say they got 110. And others they say 80 degrees is hot for them because they're used to the cold.
Mm-hmm.
But at least we don't have that humidity like other places do.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
it's still hot.
it is hot. Yeah, you can be outside and I start dripping. I'm just drenched, soaked.
It's like you don't even want to be outside. There's like so much to do, but you're like, you don't want to be outside because it's so hot.
So again, as you see the title, prepare mentally and physically. I mean, you can look around right now and just see things are escalating in other areas. I believe it was Tehran that's being evacuated. That Israel gave them fair warning for all civilians to evacuate the area. Uh, and then some people are saying, well, how can Israel be so bad? But yet, think about it. They actually gave them a heads up for the civilians to leave the area because it's about to get serious in there. They're about to do more bombings. And yet, when the other side, Iran, doesn't give, or any other country doesn't give Israel any fair warning that they're about to bomb them, they just bomb them.
Mm-hmm.
And the people have to hurry up and start getting into shelters. So I want you to prepare mentally and physically. And the reason I want you to prepare mentally and physically because things are about to accelerate at a pace that none of us are prepared or ready for. And what do I mean? Pay attention to what the 2030 agenda was or is. And look at the year we're in, 2025, right? Halfway. So just think about they have 4.5 years. I would say more like 3.5 3 years to complete what they want to be completed, to have everything in place. Uh, One of the things that they were mentioning is that you will own nothing and be happy. And how are they accomplishing that right now? We're going to get into that. How are they accomplishing you owning nothing and being happy about it? And you see it right now. You hear people struggling. You hear families are making ends meet. You hear people mass layoffs. And then you hear people that can't even find a job. They've been putting resume after resume and they can't find a job. So let me share. I have about let me see. Well, 9 videos. Yeah, none of them are articles. They're all videos.
Say, yeah.
Yep, none of them are articles. They're all. So I have 9 videos to share with you. So let's start with. Yeah, I mean, give me number 7. We'll start with that. That is something I don't think it will get that bad to want to get to that, but in other countries, as you see, they eat this, and
these are delicacies in other countries.
To them, it's normal to eat stuff like this.
Yeah. No sound?
Yeah, there won't be no sound on this one, probably because it has music on it, I would think. Yeah, just look at that.
So they're keeping them there so that they could eat them. Yeah. I don't know about that.
I don't know about you, but I don't want something looking at me while I'm eating it. To me, that just looked downright nasty. I'm sure they deep fried it, but it's yeah, no, not gonna happen. So,
Yeah.
want to share that with you. Now, I'm saying prepare mentally because a lot of people are not prepared for people hating them. There's people that are so sensitive. If they find out that somebody hates them or doesn't like them or they're not, they throw them the cold shoulder, they look at them wrong. I mean, they literally get upset. But I really want you to pay attention because I'm going to show you, if you can give me number 6. I want you to pay attention that this is now in Australia and this is moving in all countries because they allowed these people to get in there.
Lakemba. I'm headed to an area called Lakemba in Sydney, Australia, and it's supposed to be a very high Muslim population area. As soon as we arrived in Lakemba, things were tense. There were heads turning, people coming out of shops to look at us and find out what we were doing. Men started yelling in Arabic across the street at us. As we went to go for a walk to the local mosque, a very high-ranked police officer came up to me and begged with me, do not go there. Speaking.
Inspector Rick Ages from Campsie Police.
Yep.
I've been informed that you're intending to attending the Lakemba Mosque. Is that correct?
I actually have no intentions of attending. I was just planning on walking through the streets and seeing how the culture was here.
Yes.
Yep.
Are you satisfied with that?
Yep.
So where do you intend on walking to now?
I was just going to walk out and check how the mosque was.
Check where the mosque was?
Yep. Would I not be allowed to attend if I wanted to?
I've got grave concerns that you may cause an imminent breach of the peace down there. So I'm asking you not to attend.
Why would I cause a breach of the peace?
Because it's highly religious down there.
So would it be me causing a breach of the peace or would it be the people there?
Well, your presence may cause them to be offensive and be objective to your attending there.
And so that would be them being offended by me.
Can you not interview me?
No, you fear people will be offended by me.
No, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
And you're committing a breach of the peace. I've given you that warning. And if you do that, you may be breaking the law. Do you understand that?
Yep, I understand it. I perfectly understand. As far as I'm concerned, you have Sharia law here. As far as I'm concerned. Yeah, we'll go to jail if we talk to people. As far as I'm concerned, they have Sharia law here. I was told if I talk to people, even if I put all my cameras away, I can't criticize Islam to people here on a public street in Australia, in Sydney. Don't tell me you don't have no-go zones. Don't tell me this is a multicultural country. Lakemba is a monoculture, and it is one that does not allow critique of Islam. It is one that does not allow free speech because it is conquered land.
So there you go. And keep that in mind because they're trying to build a huge place of Islam there in Dallas area, north of Dallas. I wouldn't call it a community because that's not a community. A community is a peaceful, loving area, and there's nothing loving about that religion. In fact, I can show you some of their Quran scriptures. Well, it won't be scriptures, it'll be Quran. Their Quran writings that state that they are to hate us, they are to murder us, they are to fight us, they are to burn us, they are to chop our heads off. I mean, it's in their book. It can't be peaceful. It says you have to hate the infidel. I'm telling people have to really prepare mentally as we keep moving forward. It's not going to get better. There's not a one man that's going to change what has been written in Scripture. In other words, there is no single man, no political figure, no king on earth that, if they still call them kings and queens and princes and prince and presidents and so on. There's not a single person or a single group that's going to change Bible prophecy. What God has written that's going to happen is going to happen. It is up to us to prepare ourselves for what's going to happen.
Yes.
It's our responsibility to do that. It's nobody else's responsibility. And the way you're going to prepare yourselves mentally and physically, mentally is reading God's word, renewing your mind. Mentally is understanding that these things are going to happen and we can't pray them away.
Right.
I've heard people, and in fact, I saw today in some posts that people were saying, we need to pray against this. We need to pray this away. People, you can't pray away Bible prophecy. It's going to happen, period. There's nothing you can do about it. What you can do is pray for strength to endure, to move forward. Pray for wisdom and guidance from the Holy Spirit.
Right. As we're going to be going through some things.
Yes.
As you're going to, you're going through some things right now. Every single person is being affected by something that's happening right now. So you just don't know how far that's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Let me show you what we're talking about also. You give me number 2. And again, this is another country, but we're going to come back to our country in the United States, and we're going to show you our country, but this is Japan. And people don't believe this is going to happen here in the United States.
It's a shocking sight in Japan. Long lines of desperate shoppers forming to buy the most everyday of staples, rice. That was the situation at locations around the country this week as consumers scrambled to get their hands on cheap government-issued stocks. The rice started hitting shelves over the weekend after ministers began selling grains from emergency stockpiles direct to retailers. That saw people waiting for hours outside major stores including Aeon and Ito Yokado. It all comes after rice prices doubled over the past year, partly due to high temperatures hitting harvests. This shopper says she is counting on the government to help. She told Reuters she had all but run out of rice and was switching to bread and noodles. Now the government rice is available at about $14 for 5 kilograms, or about half regular store prices. Farm Minister Shinjiro Koizumi said action was also needed to protect domestic production.
If these high prices continue to go unchecked, the shelves will be filled with imported rice. I would like to reiterate that we are releasing our stockpiled rice in order to prevent this from happening.
Koizumi said the government stood ready to release its entire stockpile if necessary, but it remains to be seen how the emergency release will affect regular retail prices. Now this year's harvest is at least expected to be better. Imports of rice have also increased but remain tiny, with Japan imposing...
there's people that still to this day rely on the government to provide for them. To this day, they still think, okay, if things get bad, I know I can go to this location, stand in line for hours, and hopefully by the time I get to the front where they're distributing food or supplies, that they'll still have enough to give to me. People, we have to prepare mentally and physically for what's coming. We have to look at our elderly family members or our parents. We have to go see to make sure that they're making ends meet. I heard there was this lady that is struggling, and she has 3 kids, and those 3 kids cannot even provide for her. And I don't want to say too much details because it just is sad to look at people that can't provide for their elderly parents. We have to cut back on something.
Right.
It might be that fancy car. It might be going that fancy cup of coffee or going to the movies or something. There's ways we can cut back to provide for them.
Yes.
Let me share this other one with you. If you can give me number 4. And this is occurring more because we've gone to places where we see some elderly that are working, and we're like, Why are they working? Well, this is the reason why they're working.
I mean, there's, I've seen, I don't know, when we're together, but when we're just going out, me and my daughter, I've seen elderly to where they're standing using their cane, standing, waiting, they're working there at that grocery store or whatever it is, convenience store. They're standing there, helping another person, and they're having to support themselves with their cane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is like, that should not be have to happen here in the U.S.
I blame the kids for that. It's the kids' fault because that parent raised the kids, and now you can't return the favor. Here you go.
Inflation has been moderating in recent months, but prices are still nearly 24% higher than at the start of the pandemic.
In our series, The Cost of Living, Americans are telling us about their struggles to make ends meet, and we conclude with a widow on Social Security. After rent, she has less than $200 to live on.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. My name is Olivia Marino Carlson. I'm 70 years old. I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I cannot afford to retire. I live off of Social Security, which does not pay all my bills. That's why I'm looking for work. My husband was a mechanic. He developed MS. I took care of him until he passed away. I was working retail, lifting boxes. It was very hard. I'm going to the library to use the internet to look for work. I did not think that being 70 would be like this. I'm asking if there's any positions or work positions available here.
We don't have anything open right now, but keep an eye on it.
I put in an application here at Walgreens. I haven't heard back, so I'm going to check to see what's going on. They don't have an update on my application. The cost of food has gone up. Every time I blink, it goes up. I get better prices here.
You chose me $10.25.
This is where I have a Bible study.
We thank you so much for this evening.
There are times when I do feel like giving up, and coming to this group helps me continue on.
Good. Right.
My greatest obstacle right now is being able to support myself. It is hard for me just to survive. I wish people in power would think more with their heart. It is hard for me to accept that I'm not able to enjoy the rest of my life because I have worked hard all my life.
Just heartbreaking, man.
See, this is where the mega churches have failed big time. These people with these fancy planes and all that, there should not be a single person like this struggling when the church has millions and millions of dollars coming in that they're spending on these fancy trips and so on. Well, I was sharing with Dora of this couple that, of course, is related to Kenneth Copeland, spent thousands and thousands of dollars from the congregation to go on a vacation. And I mean, if you saw that, they're trying to make it a testimony to and justifying how they spent thousands of dollars on a vacation trip for 2 weeks. And they're talking about 20s and 30s of $40,000. That is ridiculous. And yet you have people like this, that she is struggling. I mean, who's going to hire an elderly person when they can hire somebody that's younger, that's going to work a full 8 hours, right, compared to an elderly person who's going to have to take breaks. Mm-hmm. They're tired. Their body is tired.
Yes.
And this really makes me sad. That where's the family to help this lady? Where's her family at? There has to be kids that are able to do something to help. That's what I'm telling you. You have to prepare mentally and physically for what's coming, and you have to look out for your parents. Mm-hmm. Let's keep going. Let me share another one. If you can give me number 5. And this is, I wanted to share this with you because it doesn't matter what occupation you have. Every person right now is struggling with this fact right here. There's people that are saying, well, I will never own a home now because of the way things are going, how expensive it is. Go ahead and play this one.
Here's the latest on inflation. The government reported today that in the past 12 months, prices rose just under 2.5%.
In our special series, The Cost of Living, Americans are sharing their struggles to make ends meet. Tonight, a rookie cop in Connecticut, married, 3 kids, household income $120,000, and looking to buy a house.
This is his story in his own words.
My name is Anthony Bartolini. I'm a police officer in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm 29 years old. I've been a police officer about a year. Let's go. But every day is a struggle for me too. If I still have to worry about my next paycheck, where my next meal is coming from, I'm just like anybody else out there. Good morning, it's Officer Bartolini. I'm patrolling streets because you want to make sure that if you see something, you can do something about it. So I've been looking at houses pretty much every day. I wanted to buy one for a few years. To put 20% down on our house, that's a lot of money. Even I can't do it, working double shifts. In today's economy, even if I got a second job, wouldn't be able to afford it.
How was your day?
Good. My wife Sarah and I were waiting for our daughter to get off the bus. We'll eat something real fast, then we'll go look at a couple homes.
Oh, there's a bone in here? There is, yes.
There's a bone, yep. We've been having trouble finding the right home because the bigger the house you want, the more expensive it gets. And we need the room for the family, the dogs. They need a yard to run around in.
Turn right on George Street.
I like the neighborhood. Seems quiet. There she is.
Hello, come on in.
We have 3 bedrooms on this level, 2 full baths.
It's a very nice house.
What price point are we looking at?
Probably around 300 to 325.
There has been a low supply, but there's still a demand. It's a very competitive market.
Now, he goes on to tell you that they can't afford it and so on. But the comments on this video are so hateful that they're saying, well, he should work overtime. He should work double shifts. Well, you didn't hear him when he said he works double shifts and still can't do it. And then you have people say, well, then he needs to work more hours because they give us tickets anyway and the city raises all this. I mean, it's just so much hate on that video of him struggling. And another one was, well, they need to stop having kids. Having kids is too expensive. I'm like, wow, this is how much hate is out there as well. Again, that's why I said you have to prepare mentally because there's people out there that they don't have a heart. They're they're hateful or they're in a big mess themselves and they want everybody else to be in the same position they're in instead of saying, let's help each other out. So I want to share that one with you. If you can give me number 9, I want you to see this here. And the reason I'm sharing this one with you here is, again, I'm saying prepare mentally because as things accelerate, if you haven't been watching our other videos of AI, the deception that's about to be unfolded, that you just don't know what is real, what isn't, well, watch this video and you'll see.
We in the field. 2-piece, it's a UFO for real. No, we not making this shit up. Look at her, she gonna put. It's a UFO for real, y'all. That is crazy. Y'all, that's crazy. It's a UFO for real, y'all.
Okay, let's play it again, but no sound. Okay, why did I show you this? The reason why we have to prepare mentally. Is this for real? Is this fake? And if you are there in that place right now, if you're in an area like this and you see this happening, we know it's not going to be aliens, even though people say it's aliens. It's either going to be deep state, which I probably shouldn't have said that word now because YouTube just hurries up and it's going to be some type of deception that is going on there. That's what it is. Either our own technology is doing that to deceive us.
Right.
It could be demonic activity to deceive us as well.
Mm-hmm.
It surely isn't God doing that. he would have put it in his word. It would have been in here. We have to be aware and we have to pay attention. There's also videos out there of bombings in Israel and Tel Aviv and those in Iran, and some of those were fake.
Yes.
It was AI doing that. We have to, we really have to sit back and not be so quick to share videos and say, see, this is what's happening, because we want to be the first ones to share it.
Right.
We have to sit back and really start thinking, okay, is this real? Is this some propaganda that's being put out there? Is this some deception? And am I going to help the enemy to deceive other people by posting something? We have to look out for each other. So let's keep going. We got a couple more. If you can give me number one. Oh, actually, we got three more. If you can give me number one. And I want you to see this, because this is an idea, as Mandora has mentioned. We're going to have to look at other ways to make money legally.
Yes.
Better say that.
I was going to say, you got to say legally. Yes.
Another trade. Some people call it a side hustle. And look at this idea here.
The subject of our next story is really something, because she can take something and make it something else. She's teaching people how to save money and the environment by repurposing secondhand clothes. Janet Shamlian got a firsthand look for tonight's Eye on America.
Brooklyn Karasak, using her grandmother's sewing machine, leans into what she loves.
This is one of the easiest thrift flipping projects ever.
Thrifting, buying gently used goods and clothing, and sewing, this time turning an old pillowcase into a tote bag.
This is probably $3, if that.
The 28-year-old is an auditor by day.
Let me show you what I got and what I'm going to do with it.
But a social media sensation in her free time for videos documenting her wallet-wise designs.
I think it would make a really cute purse.
She has more than 800,000 online followers.
I'm making a top out of an old pair of jeans that don't fit me anymore.
Did you used to buy fast fashion? Yes, I did, up until when I started thrifting. Since then, I haven't bought anything fast fashion.
Fast fashion is clothing produced quickly, cheaply, and to stay on ever-changing trends. It's become a big contributor to textile waste, producing 92 million tons a year. A piece of clothing is worn only 7 to 10 times on average before being thrown out. For a new generation, sewing and thrifting is the answer.
That was awesome.
I don't know about you, but I wear my clothes more than 7 to 10 times. My clothes
Yes.
are worn for years.
Oh, yes. I was going to say, yeah. That's one thing.
No, I can tell you mine are for years.
That's one thing that, that's how it's been with him since we got married. He'll buy something, that's pricey. Why? Because he will wear that sucker until
it gets holes.
And because he buys good quality clothes, they last a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And, and it's like, wow. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I bought some work jeans. Ridiculous price. $80?
No, I think they were about $60.
60?
Yeah,
70?
they were $60. $60.
Something like
or
that.
maybe 70, yeah.
70, I think they were 70, a little higher up there.
Work, yes.
For work. I got them caught with all kinds of wires, with pipes, you name it.
Yes.
They haven't torn.
They have not torn.
My other cheap jeans that I paid $20, $30 for, the minute they got caught the first time, it tore, had a hole. That's why I spent more money on these, and they'll last me for years.
Yeah.
I won't buy any more clothes. This is an idea. You might say, well, I don't wear clothes like this or use clothes or anything like that. You might not, but this may give you an idea that you're capable of doing this, so you can make extra money on the side.
Yes. And thrifting, a lot of people, that's a very easy, like a nice word to call, thrifting, as in it's very, how do you say it? Like,
garage selling?
Exactly. It's a better word than garage selling. Better word than hand-me-downs.
Yeah,
hand-me-downs.
Or buying clothes at a garage
So
sale.
now they call it thrifting. But that it's been here for years and years. And when you can do that, get something, what's the saying? Some people's trash is other people's treasure. That's exactly what that is. You go in there and you find, and
I've been
now,
saying that for years, and Dora tells me to throw the trash out.
well, now I'm gonna, take a second look at that. But that's why all of these thrifting shops are going to start looking very high end. You're gonna walk into all of these shops that used to be like, you don't even want to go in there because stuff is everywhere. No, these shops are going to start changing the way they, process their clothing and everything. Why? Because it's going to get really, really busy.
Well, it's less expensive.
Yes.
So you can give me number 3. Again, we're not telling people to get fearful or anything. We're telling people, get ready, get prepared. Would you rather be prepared? That way, whenever things get like that, you are prepared and ready for it. Or would you say, it's not going to happen, then all of a sudden it happens and you're not ready or prepared in any way? I mean, then it's really going to be tough.
Yes.
So we got 2 more videos to share with you.
2 out of 3 Americans told us they're stressed about their own finances. 3 out of 4 said their incomes are not keeping up with inflation. That's a lot of people struggling to make ends meet. And starting tonight in our series, The Cost of Living, you'll hear some of their stories in their own words. First, a single mother of 3, ages 1, 4, and 8, trying to make ends meet on a teacher's salary of $37,000.
Sweet, we're ready to rock. My name is Michelle Boisjoli. I am 37 years old. I am a teacher in St. Louis County, Minnesota. Since the price of eggs, bacon has gone up, we've done a lot more cereal. Eat it with your spoon. You gotta stay safe in the car, right? I've had to take on a second job just because everything has gotten so expensive. Hi, baby girl. I've been a teacher since about 2008. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. It's definitely not something that people go into for the money. They go into it because they love it, which is why so many of us do have to work 2 jobs to make ends meet. But it takes multiple incomes to survive in this economy. I just left work and now I am going to go door dashing for a couple hours. It looks like our first delivery. We have to go to Burger King. Thank you. So this first one is $4.50 guaranteed, and then sometimes we get tips. I always grew up thinking about the stereotypical American dream where you own a house and you have a yard to play in. And I think that dream is dying. I try to make every dollar count. A lot of
Again, remember the 2030 agenda. You will own nothing and be happy.
Yes.
And how can they do this? Make things so expensive that people can't purchase houses anymore. People can't own vehicles because it's too expensive, whether it's the insurance or the car payment or even the fuel, the maintenance, and so on.
Yes, that's why that what they're saying about for the 2030 agenda, that's why it's going to be so popular in this coming generation and all the other generations, because things are going to be so expensive that they're not going to want that, to pay for that item.
That, and it'll be out of reach for a lot of people.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
So then what better way to get them all together than to make it really expensive where everybody has to come together to a certain location, how they smart cities, everything's there for you.
Yeah, and they can just, walk to wherever they need to be. If they need something, they can have a community use to where they go and they take it out, they rent it, and then they use it and they go back in and they, just like if you were renting a movie. You remember those days, Blockbuster? What was the other one?
I wasn't born then.
Hastings, where you would go and rent the movie and take it home, watch
They
it.
still do it now. You just do it on TV online.
Yeah.
So yeah. Go ahead.
the time I'll just wait to feed myself until the end and then just eat whatever leftovers the kids haven't touched. Put your cute little bib on. A lot of the people making the decisions for us are wealthy, don't know what it's like to work two jobs, don't know what it's like to have to pay for gas with quarters, and yet they're making the decisions for us. if they knew a little bit about the average person who is fighting every day to make ends meet, I think that maybe they would make decisions that were actually helpful for the average person. Good night, sister. Come here.
Here's the latest on inflation. The government reported today that in the past 12 months, prices rose just under 2.5%.
In our special series, The Cost of Living, Americans are sharing their struggles to make ends meet. Tonight, a rookie cop in Connecticut.
Okay, you can go back and you can search this and you'll see that they have a lot of different stories on this. It's not limited to a certain group.
Right.
Nobody is left out or exempt. So there's no discrimination on how this is going to happen, because it's going to go all over. I'm just telling you, you have to prepare mentally and physically. Do everything that you can to stock up, to learn how to grow your own food, raise your own animals, if that's possible for you. Everybody can garden. Everyone can garden. Even if you have a small yard, even if you live in an apartment, you can get pots and you can grow a small garden. You can do the best that you can stocking up on food. You just saw what happened with the rice in Japan.
Yeah.
That can happen everywhere. In fact, it happened in the United States for the Great Depression. They're claiming this is going to be worse than the Great Depression. How's it going to be worse? Well, actually, the Bible clearly states that bread will cost a day's wage. That's bread.
Yeah.
Imagine meat. Imagine meat, when bread is the cheapest item that you can purchase at a store to eat. And what I mean, you can go buy a loaf of bread and feed the entire family with a loaf of bread.
Yes.
Everybody just eat a piece of bread. And that is going to be more expensive than anything else. So imagine, I mean, that's the level that the Bible stated that bread is going to be a day's wage. So imagine stuff that's more expensive than bread, like meat.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be out of reach for a lot of people. So let me play this other video. I'll leave you with this one here. If you can give me number 8. This would be a good one to leave you with. So just watch this one. I'm glad that's not me.
Or that you have that issue here.
I have tiny fingers.
He's got little fingers. He's so cute. Oh
Okay.
my god. Okay.
All right, no wait. Let's talk about how we're gonna do
If
this.
he starts moving, do not drop him. Yeah, do not drop the game.
Okay, you'll take him
I will
back.
drop you if you
You'll
drop
take
the
you'll
game.
take him back.
I will take him back.
Okay. So listen, this
He's
is
just
what,
missing a little bit. It's fine.
oh, that's great. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my left hand's gonna go with your right-handed, okay? And then I'm gonna do that one, okay? Let me do it. And there's so much bite force. Okay, wait.
See that red tape around the mouth? He's got 0 bite force.
Slowly. Listen. Mr. Gator. Don't hurt me.
Hold on.
Oh god. Oh my god. Why? Okay.
Hold it. Hold him tight.
Take a picture. Take a picture of me for the love of God. All right, do a good pose.
All right, give him back if you want to.
All right, take it. You have big teeth.
Well, there you go. You must say, well, you're an officer. You're supposed to be brave, and that shouldn't bother you. Hey, there's things that it's just like snakes. I mean, I wouldn't want to handle no snake either. I'd have to call somebody else. Hey, you come and handle it. I'm gonna kill it. I'm not gonna.
You're like, I'm not getting near that.
Yep. Nope. So guys, this is not to scare you. This is for you to be prepared, for you to be aware what is going on out there, and to help one another.
Yes.
Look at your family members that are elderly, or whether it's aunts, uncles, parents. Make sure they're capable and able, and they're continuing. I mean, go in there and open the refrigerator. Check their pantry. They're not going to tell you they need help. A lot of them will not tell you that they need help.
That's
So
right.
just volunteer and bring food to them. You can bring cases of canned goods to them. You can go buy groceries for them and just drop it off for them. You don't have to ask them. Just bring. You should know what they like and what they don't like. And if you don't, well, start learning.
Yeah.
And start bringing it to them. You don't have to ask them for permission. Hey, can I buy you some groceries? Because more likely the answer is going to be like, no, I'm managing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because if you're raised age already, you have parents that are very old school. That they don't ask for help unless it's like they're at that point and you're like, you don't want them to get there. There's no need for them to get there. So if you can be nosy, as in, open, like Ray said, open up their refrigerator, open up their pantry, or just ask them, things, just get ideas of what they go through every day, what they eat, and that's how you can help them out. If you do a little bit extra, once a month, once every 2 weeks, once a week. I mean, that is something. It helps.
Yes. So guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here.
Yes.
We will see you on Wednesday.
Yes.